our children and our children's children. And how can we do that? By being able to join this platform and learn from this platform and apply it to our family and our lives.
Awesome. So everyone on the Zoom are a parent, right?
What?
You all have kids?
Yes, they do.
Awesome. How old are the kids?
We're elementary school, so our kids go from 3 to 11.
3 to 11. Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So what I'm going to share with you guys tonight, let me share my screen. As Vita said, I'm also a professor. I teach at 2 universities here in New York. Some of the information that we're going to share tonight is I wish, and I'm sure some of you may say this in the end, that some of you wish you had heard about this or knew about this information. Our company, World Financial Group, we're on a massive campaign to educate our community when it comes to financial education. Me being in the classroom from a collegiate standpoint, year one, our students are already in debt. So because I see what I see from a college and a university standpoint, we don't want to wait until our kids are in college or before they go to college, a year or two. Now they're scrambling about, what's going to happen to their finances, what's going to happen, they have to borrow money for student loan. So tonight we're going to share some basic financial concept that talks about financial education. How does money work? What are some things that we can be doing better as a community when it comes to saving, not just for ourselves, but also for our kids, right? So I want to kick it up. Does anybody know that money has rules? Have you guys ever heard that money has rules?
We have a very quiet crowd here, so.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So money does have rules, right? There's 3 rules to money. The first rule was created by Albert Einstein. I'm sure we've all heard about Albert Einstein. He created the formula compound interest, which is you take the number 72 and you divide it by the rate of return, and that will give you how many years your money is going to take to double. So let's say you are saving money somewhere earning 4%, 72 divided by 4 is 18 years. So if you have 10,000 today, 18 years from now, it's going to grow to 20 and another 18 to 40. Now that's if you're getting 4%. Do you guys think the banks are giving us 4%?
No.
Exactly. They're not. The bank is giving us less than 1%. So imagine if we're saving money in the bank and a lot of it earning 1%, 72 divided by 1% is 72 years. So money sitting in the bank earning 1% is not going to double in our lifetime. Now, let's say we're going to go to the far right. Let's say 12%. 72 divided by 12 is now 6 years. So your money's going to double every 6 years. 10,000 today at 12% interest grows to 20,000 in 6 years. Another 6 years. Every 6 years your money is doubling. So I could have 2 parents, one who knows this rule and is getting 12% on their money, wherever their money is sitting to invest or grow, is going to wind up in 36 years having 640,000. And the other parent who doesn't know this rule, earning 4% somewhere, is going to wind up with 40,000, right? So the power of compound interest and knowing where to put your money to get a high interest, it's not just good enough to save, but we need to know where we're going to put our money to get a high enough interest. 12% doubling is every 6 years. 4% doubling takes 18 years. So the first rule to money is wherever you guys are saving money for yourself or your kids, right? 18 years from now, do you want to have 20,000 or do you want to have 80,000? But then again, where are you saving that money? Now, this rule can work for those who know it And those who don't know it, we're going to pay interest. Because let's look at your credit card. Any loan, credit card, student loan, car loan, same concept again applies. If you have a credit card or a student loan at 12%, 72 divided by 12 is 6 years. Your loan is going to double every 6 years on you. So you wonder why some people are in debt longer, or some people finished college years ago and they're still paying student loan? They don't know this rule, and they didn't do the math and calculate the percentage and try to pay it off before it doubles on them. So this is the first rule. We got to make sure that our money is working for us and doubling in a quicker time. And if we have to borrow money, maybe your kids may have to borrow money for college. That's okay. But now that you know this rule, we want to pay it off before it doubles. So if you're getting a 4% student loan, okay, 4% is going to take 18 years. We should pay it off way before 18 years, right? The second rule talks about taxes. And this is where many of us were never educated on this concept. So there's 3 places you can put your money. And Benjamin Franklin said it best. We cannot escape debt, and we cannot escape taxes. So if you're putting your money, let's say, in a checking account, savings, CD, stocks, or mutual fund, these are considered tax now. It simply means every year as your money grow in these accounts, you're gonna pay tax. And this is why you see the triangle is getting bigger, because the more money you grow, the more taxes you pay. This is how these accounts work. Now, the people who have jobs and are getting maybe a retirement account from your company, might be a 401k, 403b. How many of you on this call right now have 401k or 403b or any job retirement account? Does everybody have something with their job retirement?
I do. Yes.
Okay, and is it a 401k?
403.
Oh, a 403. Okay. Anything else besides the 403?
I have a 401.
Awesome. So 401k, 401 and 403. Okay. So both of them work exactly the same way, right? $401k, 403b, 457, all of those job retirement accounts are in the same tax family. So what's happening here is the money that you're saving in your 401k, 403b, 457, you're not paying tax on that money today. You're going to pay tax on that money later. Now, that's a problem. Why? I'm going to bring you back here to this diagram. You're telling Uncle Sam, don't tax me today on my $10,000. Tax me later when my money gets bigger, because your money's going to grow. And as your money grow, right, let's say 36 years from now or 20 years from now, when you guys are ready to retire, your money has grown, let's say, to 640,000 or 200,000, 300,000, whatever the amount is. You're going to pay tax on the bigger amount. And because you're paying tax on the bigger amount, you're also giving up more of your money in taxes. Because even if you were saying, even if it was 10% tax, 10% tax on 10,000 versus 10% tax on 640,000, which one is going to give more? Right?
640.
640. But also, so that's the first problem that we're not educated on. We are all delaying taxes till later, which is going to be a problem because your money would have grown. So I'm going to bring it back to Bible principles. Do we want to pay tax on the seed when the money is small? Or do we want to pay tax later on the harvest when that seed has grown into a tree full of apples and mangoes and it's overflowing and it's falling off the tree, right? So the idea here is all of these accounts, we're actually going to give the government more money. We're fattening the pocket for the government because the government is telling us don't pay tax today. Now they know what they're doing. We don't know because no one ever took the time to educate us. I was in corporate America and like everybody else, I overfunded my 401k. I was maxing out my 401k because I love saving money, right? So the problem with these accounts, yes, it's good that we're saving, but we're not saving smart because all of these accounts, your money's going to grow 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And now when you're in retirement and you're ready to touch it, you're going to pay a lot of taxes because your money is bigger. The second problem with these accounts is, do we think taxes is going to go up or down in a few years? Yeah, it's going to go up, right? I mean, inflation right now is 8%. So it never goes down. It's going to go up. So again, I'm going to bring you back to this diagram. If we know that our money is going to grow, let's say to 640, and we're not paying the tax today because we're delaying it for 10, 20, 30 years, we don't know what the taxes are going to be 10, 20, 30 years. We don't know who's going to be the president. We don't know if it's going to be a right wing, left wing. We don't know if it's going to be a Democrat, Republican. We don't know how much taxes we're going to have to pay. So that's like you guys reading my first book and you come to me, you say, hey, Odetta, I want to borrow that 100,000 that you saved up. And I said, you know what, Matisse, I'm going to lend it to you, but I'm not going to tell you how much interest I'm going to charge you until you're ready to pay me back. Whenever that is. If you want to pay me back a year from now, 2 years from now, when you come to pay me back, then I'm going to tell you how much interest I'm going to charge you. That's exactly what's happening with these accounts. We are saving money for our future, which is a good thing. But later, the money is going to get greater and we don't know how much tax we're going to pay. Now, some of you may want to buy a house. Some of you may want to send your kids to college. If you try touching money in these accounts prior to age 59 and a half, did you know that there's going to be a 10% penalty? Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
Yep. All of these accounts, the government stipulates it's for long-term growth. It's for retirement. 59 and a half, if you touch the money before 59 and a half, there's a 10% penalty and we have to pay tax. So there's not a lot of control and people don't know this until they're applying to take money out. Maybe because they want to buy a house, it's for hardship, something happened with life, death, sickness, or it could even be an investment. I have a client who works for the Federal Reserve Bank and she owns a bar. And she called me to say, hey, Odetta, how can I touch some of my money in the 401k to stock my bar? Now, she's taking out the money to go make more money. But even she, working at a Federal Reserve Bank level, did not know that because she's under 59 and a half, she's going to get hit with a 10% penalty. So those are the three big things that we educate the community because most people don't know, like I didn't know, right? Number one, your money's going to grow, which is a good thing. But also you're going to pay a lot of taxes because your money has grown. You're going to pay tax on the harvest, not the seed. The second problem is how much tax. We don't know. Uncle Sam didn't tell us how much the tax is going to be whenever we're ready to touch the money. And then the third part, there's not a lot of liquidity. If you want to pull out some money right now to go do something major, or maybe to capitalize on a piece of investment, or to send your kids to college, because you're under age 59 and a half, these accounts will have a 10% penalty. So that's how these accounts work. And our job is just to educate our community that there are better options. Now, tax advantage, right? These accounts is where the rich and famous, the people who are financially educated or who know this information, we love tax advantage account. Why? Tax advantage accounts, which are a Roth IRA. I'm sure you guys have all heard of a Roth IRA. I'm sure you've all heard of a 529 college saving. I'm sure you've all heard about cash value life insurance, right? So when you put your money in these accounts, you do not pay tax later. You're going to pay tax today. Pay the tax today while your money is little and you know what the taxes are today. So later, when your money gets greater, Uncle Sam can't come to us. He has to go to these guys over here because they never pay the tax. So it doesn't matter how you slice and dice it. We all have to pay tax, but we want to pay tax in the smartest way possible where we're not paying too much. So you see, when you have your money in a 401k and a 403b, you're setting up yourself to give Uncle Sam more tax because your money is bigger. Tax advantage, you're going to pay the tax today because your money is little. You're saving your $200, $300, $400, $500 wherever you're saving it. Pay the tax on it today while it's $400, $500, because later when it turns to $100,000, $200,000 and bigger amount, you good. So I want to leave you with something else. Tax-free money equates to more money. I'm going to say that again. Tax-free money equates to more money. Simple example. If you and I go to the dollar store and the guy says, don't pay tax. It's $1. We just saved 9 cents. But if the guy charges us tax, now we got to give him 109. So tax-free money means you have more money. As opposed to giving the guy 109, if he tells me no tax, I just give him $1 and I save my 9 cents. So when you save your money in these types of accounts, you're paying the tax today because we know the money's going to grow. And when the money grows, we good, right? Because we pay the tax already. Now, the third rule to money deals with your investment options. There's 3 places we can invest. We could put our money with the bank, which is considered a fixed product. When you put your money in the bank, we're guaranteed safety. But your money's not going to grow. Because again, the bank gives you less than 1%. The only growth is what you're putting in, right? It's safe, but it's not growing. And in fact, it's safely losing money because we're earning less than 1% in the bank and inflation is 8%. So our money is not even keeping up with the purchasing power because of inflation. You're paying more for goods and services. We're all feeling it. Everybody's talking about gas price. You go to the grocery store with $100 today, you may barely get 1 or 2 plastic bag of grocery. 5-10 years ago, that same $100 give you a lot of grocery. So putting money in the bank is safe, but it doesn't grow your money. And in fact, we're losing money in the bank because the interest is low and inflation is 8%. Now, the second place that we could invest is in the stock market, which everybody knows. Your 401k is in the stock market, your 403b is in the stock market, your 457. These are all variable accounts. So what's going on right now? When was the last time you guys log into your 401k and 403b and check your statement? Have you guys checked your statement
Today.
recently? Okay, how does it look?
It looked pretty good because I do pay my taxes. You know, I make and take taxes from my stuff. I don't wait.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So with variable accounts, depending on how the market performs, that's what's going to happen to your money. The stock market go up, your money go up. The stock market come down, your money come down. So if you look at your 401k statement from 6 months ago or 12 months ago, we all lost money because the market was down 20%. So here, although you have growth potential that your money can be high when the market is up, unfortunately, what goes up must come down. And when it comes down, your money's coming down. So there's no safety here, right? There's no safety with the stock market. There's no guarantee with the stock market. There's no such thing as you will never lose with the stock market. We know we're going to make money and we know we're going to lose money. That's how the stock market works. Some people may lose more than others because they're more risky investors than others, but we're all going to lose to some extent when the market comes down. Now, there's a third place that you can invest, and this is with life insurance companies. Life insurance company is not only what we know it to be, which is somebody buying a policy and just getting a debt policy for life insurance purposes. Life insurance company have realized back in 2001, 2008, and all the crash years that people lost a lot of money in the stock market, and they wanted safety as well as growth. So index account is a hybrid between a fixed account where we have the safety as well as growth with the variable. So now an index account, you have the best of both worlds. When you save your money in an index account, you're going to get safety that even when the stock market go down, you don't lose money. And you're also getting the growth upside when the market goes up. So what does this look like? I spoke to a guy today. He runs the Haitian American, oh my God, what's it called? Haitian American, oh my God, I forgot the, it's the Chambers of Commerce. And they do traditional investment. Stock market up, your money's up. Stock market is down, your money's down. And I was telling him about the index, and he was like, wow, I didn't even know that. Right? So there's different degrees to someone doing financial planning. There's some people that only focuses on stocks, which is with the market, down with the market. And then there's people like ourselves who do both. Our licenses, we do both. We could do traditional investment and then we could do index investment. So with the index, there's no loss. You have safety on your money and you also have growth. Not ever losing money is a big deal because some of you may not know, but every day there's about 10,000 people retiring every day. So if you have 10,000 people retiring every day and they've been working for the last 30, 35 years and they accumulated a nice nest egg in their 401k or 403b of 300,000, 200,000. From January to now, the market is down 20%. On top of it, because it's a 401k or 403b, they have to pay tax. So some people, sad to say, will have to keep working longer because some of their money was depleted with the down market, right? So what does this index look like? Well, the index is called Index Universal Life. We call it IUL for short. Index Universal Life. This is not your typical regular whole life insurance or life insurance, for a matter of fact. Transamerica, which is our parent company, they've been around for 100 years. And Transamerica is the #1 selling IUL as of last year. We're also the #1 term life insurance by Forbes Advisor. So we do total financial planning from birth to burial. I could sit with a grandmother and show her how to set up her will, get her estate in order, her trust, or I could sit with somebody who just had a newborn and wants to know what can I do to make sure my newborn financial future is going to be good. So Transamerica is a solid company. They've been around for 100 years. They do a lot of 401ks. They do a lot of investment. They do a lot of pensions. They're in hospitals. They're in the prison, firefighters, NYPD. I had them when I was in corporate America for my 401k, and they're an A+ company. Now, Transamerica IUL, which is the Index Universal Life, when you save your money in this strategy, you have a growth potential of 15%. If the stock market does 4%, we get 4%. If the stock market does 7%, we get 7%. If the stock market does 15%, we get 15%. But when the stock market go above 15, we do not get above 15. The max we're going to cap out is 15. Why? We are giving up some of our upside potential to guarantee that we will never ever lose money. So you see this safety here? 0.75. When everybody else is losing money right now, we are earning money, 0.75, and we did not lose a penny. So the same way how I told you tax-free money means more money, the second thing I'm going to tell you, never losing money means more money. So we have a growth that our money can grow. We have a guarantee that we'll never lose money. Also, this money is tax-free. If you wanted to pull out 40, 50 grand right now from your 401k because you're under age 59, you're going to get hit with a 10% penalty and you're going to have to pay tax. I didn't say it. That's how those accounts work. With the IUL, you can pull out your money at any age tax-free. That's a big deal. So if I want to go buy another piece of property right now, I could log into my IUL and move the money from my IUL, put it back into my Citibank just to have access to that money, and then I'm good. I don't have to ask for it, right? I don't have to get hit with a 10% penalty because I'm under age 59 and a half, and I don't have to pay tax on it. I'm borrowing from my own self, right? A lot of you have kids. That's why I asked what are their ages. Because fast forward when they're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you can pull money out from your IUL, right? And help pay your kids' college. Better yet, because the money is sitting in the IUL, when the kids and you fill out financial aid form, FAFSA, we don't see this. And because we don't see this, it's not going to be counted as an asset and disqualify your kids from getting student loan or financial aid or grants, right? We don't see this. We see money in the bank. We see money in your 401k. We see money in your IRA. We see money in your investment. Those are assets that's going to count against you from us giving your kids free money. And every school has free money. Where I teach at St. John University, it appalls me. I have 2 black kids in my class this last semester that just ended, and everybody got free money from St. John. They all got free money, right? So every school has free money, but what we don't know, it's going to cost us. The goal is to hide the money so your kids can get free money. And even if your kids are smart and they're going to get a scholarship, this is money that you can use for when they're done with school, when they're ready to buy a house, they're ready to start a business, they want to buy a car, they want to, go off and do whatever they need to do. This is money that you can still give to your kids or help your kids. It doesn't only have to be for college. And this money you can touch tax-free. Now, the fold box deals with protection. What are you guys protecting? Well, for beginning, you're protecting your life. If we pass away prematurely, $500,000 pays out, $2 million pays out, $250,000 pays out, or whatever, because this is the life insurance piece that's attached. Your 401k and your 403b right now, if you have $100,000 in there, God forbid we pass away, that $100,000 is going to get taxed first, and then Uncle Sam is going to give it to your kids. You have an IUL. Let's say you're insured for $250,000, $500,000, $1 million. We pass away today, this $500,000 tax-free goes to your beneficiary. Your kids or your husband or spouses or whomever, right? So the same money you're putting in your 401k, when you put it in a strategy like an IUL, you're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting the life insurance. Your money is growing. Your money is safe. You can touch your money at any age. It's tax-free. We love tax-free, right? But then, what if we get sick? What if we get sick and we cannot work? Heart attack, cancer, stroke, any major illness. Look what COVID did to some of us. What if we get sick and we cannot work? There's people today still having residue from COVID. My cousin is one of them. She's still having tingling in her feet, and her taste is still has not come back, right? So long-term care, critical and terminal, these are the living benefits. My ex has been diagnosed with stroke. He has not worked. He cannot work, and he's young. It's been 9 years. 9 years. Somebody in their 40s with stroke. So heart attack, cancer, stroke, if you Google this, the statistic tells us every 7 to 10 seconds, heart attack, cancer, stroke, somebody's being diagnosed. We're not dying right away. We're getting ill. And if we get ill and we can't go to work, the bill still got to get paid. This is where your long-term care, your critical, and your terminal illness comes in. Transamerica, or the company, will pay us out money after 90 days being diagnosed with that illness. This is peace of mind, knowing that if we get sick, God forbid, hey, after 90 days, I'm going to have 2, 3, 4, 5,000 or whatever the amount is off of your death benefit or the face amount. It's 2%. So if you're insured for $1 million, 2%, 20,000. If you're insured for $500,000, 2% is 10,000. So you don't have to liquidate your funds or your assets. Let the insurance company pay, God forbid, if we get sick. Fast forward, let's say we never get sick. Life is great. We're working. The kids are off to school. Everything is good. We're making money. Whatever. Old age comes around. 70, 80, 90. We're going to need long-term care then. 70, 80, 90. God bless us if we live until 100. We definitely going to need it. So my mom, we're Guyanese. My mom takes care of a 96-year-old lady. And my mom said to me, Odetta, there is nothing that can tell me otherwise. This lady has to have long-term care. Because she pays my mom around the clock. Around the clock. There's no issue of not having money, right? So these are things we may not need it now if we're young and healthy. But as we get older, if something happens to our health, we got money coming to us. That's not going to be the case with your 401k and 403b, right? And the number one reason people go bankrupt in the U.S. is for medical bills, medical expense, medical stuff. Now, this is a 20-year look back. I'm not going to spend much time here, but it just shows you what the stock market performed in the last 20 years. So I'm just going to point out a couple of big years, like in 2008. You see, the stock market was down -38. How do you think the people who were scheduled to retire in 2008, how do you think they were? Some of them, sad to say, had to keep working longer. And the ones who actually still went out on retirement, now they have less money. So in 2008, when the market was down -38, almost 40%, someone who had an IUL, we got 0.75. We never lost a dime. In fact, we made money 0.75. All right. So on average, in the last 20 years, someone saving in a traditional investment, 401k, 403b, they would have averaged out about 7.38%. And this money, keep in mind, still has to get taxed. Versus someone who had an IUL, they average almost 9%, and their money is tax-free. So we both started out saving $10,000 back in 2002. Your $10,000 in the 401k grew to $28,000. My $10,000 in an IUL grew to $55,000. Now my $55,000 is tax-free. Your $28,000, now you got to pay Uncle Sam. So you don't have $28,000, you have less. And you still don't have life insurance, and you still don't have long-term care. For the last 20 years, whoever had this account had life insurance, had long-term care. So if they had passed away prematurely, the death benefit pays out. If they got ill with cancer, heart attack, stroke, or anything major, they was getting a check. If nothing happened, we saving money smart, right? So most people are saving money, but they're not saving money smart. So this is where our financial education comes in, to show people, here, there's better choices, and now that you know better, let's do better. If you guys were saving, let's say $200 per month for the last 30 years in an IUL, averaging about 8%, you would be looking right now at almost $300,000. $200 is not a lot of money to save, because we're spending it, sadly. We're spending it, right? If we were saving $300 for the last 30 years, we're looking at almost $500,000. And if we were saving $500 for the last 30 years, we're looking at almost $800,000. And by the way, keep in mind, this is tax-free money. Not a 401k where Uncle Sam is going to come and swoop up 30-40% of this. Right? So we just got to save smarter. Now, I want to show you a comparison between the traditional investment like a 401k, 403b, TSP, which is what the Postal Service get. They're all the same. They're all the same tax family, versus an IUL, right? When you put your money in your 401k, this is pre-tax money. This is why Uncle Sam is going to come to you later when it gets greater. Putting money in the IUL is after tax money. So we're paying the tax up front. We don't want no issue with Uncle Sam 20, 30 years from now when our money goes to $1 million. Let me pay you the tax today on my $200 or $300 or $400 I'm making every month to save. 401k and 403b has stock market risk. The market go up, that's great, we love it. But when the market go down, we're also going to lose money. And most people don't understand that when they lose, they have to make up more. So if it's a simple example, if you have $100, you invest $100 in the stock market. The market is down 50%, now you got 50 left. So you may say, okay, great. Well, the market is back up, and let's say the market is up 50%. Keep in mind, you had $50. First you had 100, then it was 50, and the market did 50%. So what's 50% of $50? That's 75. So you never really made back your $100. You had 100, the market dropped 50%, now you're down to $50. The market went back up 50%, so you think you back on to $100. No, 50% of $50 is 25. So now you got 75. People don't know this. So when they see the market doing well, and they were like, oh my God, I lost 50%, but I got back 50%. No. You got to apply the percentage to what you have, the dollar amount. So it's a false illusion when the market is back up, because people are not calculating the dollar amount that they have and what that percentage is to that dollar amount. Stock market risk. The market is going to go down, as it should, because that's how it operates. So we're going to lose, as we've been losing. IUL, guarantee no loss, because we have a cap and we have a floor that the insurance company is guaranteeing. Never losing money means you have more money, right? Here it is. You want to touch your money before age 59? You got to take it out as a loan. And there's a 10% penalty for early withdrawal because you're under age 59. IUL, no age requirement. I'm not 59. I'm far from 59. And I'm going to touch my IUL like 500 times. No age requirement. But guess what? They didn't tell us this either. RMD. What does RMD stand for? Require minimum distribution. This is going to hurt us even more. You know what this means? Uncle Sam is telling us when you are 72, you better touch that money. Because if you don't touch that money, now I'm going to charge you 50% penalty. 50%. Why? He wants to tax this money. It's crazy. It's crazy that we sign up for these things at our job and they don't educate us. But if they educate us and we know better, we're not going to sign up for these plans. When I was in corporate America, all HR told me is, hey, Odetta, sign up for this stuff. It's good for your retirement. You're saving money. Sounds good to me. So I signed up. But if someone had said, you know what, here are the pros, here are the cons, and here's another option, nobody would sign up for these things if they know there's better options. IUL, no RMD, required minimum distribution. If I want to leave my money, my IUL, till I'm 100 years old and give it to all my kids and grandkids, I could stay right there forever. There's no minimum age that I have to touch it or I'm going to be penalized. 401k and 403b has no life insurance. So if you have $100,000 in your 401k and you drop dead the next day, $100,000 minus taxes, that's what your family gets. But what if you have $1 million life insurance and you drop dead the next day? Guys, this is powerful stuff. This is how the rich have been getting richer. This is how when certain communities pass away, they don't cry for long because the vault has been unlocked. The money is about to flow, right? My grandmother just passed away. And because I do this business, I'm saying to my parents, like, wow, I wish we had this in Guyana. Because now that Granny passed away at age 86, my aunts and uncle and my parents would have been stacked up right now. But those things don't happen in the Caribbean. Here, life insurance is the easiest way to build wealth. Life insurance is the easiest way to build wealth. Imagine you open $1 million policy today. $100, $200, whatever. You drop dead the next day. Your family gets that $1 million tax free. That's the easiest way to build wealth. But we don't know this because we were never educated, right? 401k has no long-term care. If I get sick, heart attack, cancer, stroke, what's going to happen? My 401k is going to be gone like in a couple of months in medical bill because there's no long-term care. And please do not mistake long-term care with your health insurance. Your health insurance will pay the doctor. Your long-term care puts money in you and I pocket. Difference, right? When you have your long-term care, if the health insurance don't want to, you got to stay within your network and go to wherever doctor they want to send you to. Your long-term care is like your black card. You go wherever you want to go. You go see whatever specialist you want to see, right? That's money in your pocket, not the insurance company or the doctor or the hospital. This is money in your pocket. Long-term care. 401k, no critical, no terminal. There's people right now who were diagnosed with a terminal disease. Cancer. The doctor say you got 6 months to live, 7 months to live. How sad that is, right? But imagine if you have $1 million policy and the doctor give you that same diagnostic. You could say, you know what? I'm going to try alternative medicine. I'm going to fly around the world and see if I could find some cure or somebody to help me. And if all else fails, I'm going to live the best life for the next 6 to 9 months. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because money is not an issue. 401k, when we pass away, see what it says here? Dead benefit taxable. Uncle Sam is now letting us go scotch-free. That money is going to get taxed. So if we have a big, nice 401k and we pass away, man, Uncle Sam is going to be happy too because he's going to tax that real nice. And then once he's done taking his cut, then the rest goes to your kids and husband and wives. IUL, tax-free death benefit. Uncle Sam can talk to us. Do you realize that? This is powerful stuff. And this is the big one. 401k can be altered by changes in the law. We don't know who's going to be the next president. Next 5 years, next 10 years, next 15 years, whatever law they make, that could alter our 401k. But what about your IUL? It doesn't matter who's the president. It doesn't matter what law they make. They can't touch us. The laws will not affect your policy. In closing, some of you probably may have a 529. Or you may have heard, oh, open a 529 for my daughter, my son. I caution you, do not. Do not open a 529. Do not open a 529. Do not open a 529. It's going to hurt you. Why is it going to hurt you? Number one, it's only for college. What if your kids don't want to go to college? Number two, it's taxes ordinary income if they decide that they don't want to go to college. Maybe they want to start a business. Entrepreneurship is big. Maybe they want to start a business. And because it's not college, 10% penalty. But the biggest thing that I see being in the classroom, and I poll my student every semester, look, assets weigh against you towards FAFSA. When we look at those FAFSA application and we see you got money, we ain't giving you no money. We ain't giving you no money. If we see you got a 529, go use your 529. You got money in the bank, go use your money in the bank. We ain't giving you nothing. But someone like myself, my nieces and my nephew, because I don't have kids, and I make sure my siblings has these things for their kids, when they're ready to go to college, they're going to get all the free money, because they're not going to have anything that's going to count against them from getting free money. And they may be smart and they may get a scholarship and even better, but it's never a problem having more money, right? Your IUL does not count because they don't even see this. They don't even see this to say, oh, well, you have life insurance or you have an asset or they don't see this stuff. So because they don't see it, it doesn't weigh against scholarship, grants, and FAFSA, right? Do not open a 529. Do not keep a lot of money in the bank, because those things are going to hurt, not just only for college, but if you're applying for, I don't know, government aid, those are the first thing they ask you. They want to see your bank account. They want to see how much money you got. And if you got a lot, you ain't getting anything from the government, right? So it's about saving your money smart, but also getting more bang for your buck and protecting your assets, protecting what you have. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And we are on a campaign for financial education. Some of you, if you live in Brooklyn, or even if you live in the New York area, next Thursday, June 23rd, we are having a financial literacy and business expansion. We are expanding. We're all over the US and Canada. We're looking for people like ourselves who want to teach this information to our community. Get your license in the financial service, and you can work from home like I am all day, every day in my house, zooming and booming. Everything that we do is on Zoom, and you can be in your house sharing this information with the family once you get your license, and make good money part-time while you still have your day job. Keep doing everything that you're doing. Start this business part-time. Get your credentials. Teach this to your community. Make sure you're good first. Teach this to your community. Make sure your kids are set up. Make sure your retirement is set up. And let's just share this information out to our community, because we need this more. So next week, Thursday, June 23rd at 2174 Nostrand Avenue, which is right at the junction of Flatbush Junction by the Target. This is going to be an in-person event. So if you know anyone who's looking to earn additional source of income, or maybe you know someone who needs to hear this information, have them come on down. It's free. It's open to the public. And I know some of the information that we share with you today, if you want to have a one-on-one with us, myself or Vita, and we could schedule a one-on-one where we could be on the Zoom, go over what you have, look at your 401k, look at your kids saving plan, and try to get you the IUL, because it's, now that you know better, you see the pros, you see the cons, not losing money means more money. Not having to pay extra tax means you're keeping more money, right? So you're getting more bang for your buck. So that's my time. Thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it back to, I think, the host.
Yes, Miss Wilson.
OMG. This was awesome. I really appreciate you coming in and sharing this information with us. It was dynamic. Anybody have any reaction to it? I'm sure if you could email me that flyer, I would definitely send it out to our parents. Parents, I don't know about you, but, I think this is something that, is beneficial. And just listening to it, the whole dynamics of, when you're in a 401k, 403k, the difference that, you're thinking that the market went down, your money is good, but when it went back up, you think you're gaining when you broke it down where, you actually lost. So again, thank you so much. And we would love to have you back again to present, to us. We'll definitely talk about another date, in the future, but thank you. We'd love to partner with you for this information, for our parents. Our parents are mostly young parents, and they need to know this. They need to know this. The 529 is there, yes, it's for college, but we're talking life. And, as you said, anything can happen to us. And, wow. So if there's anyone who is interested for the one on the Zoom. So Bridget is saying she wants the one on the Zoom. Bridget, you drive. Come on. How do we get in contact with you?
Oh, she meant for the one-on-one. Yes. So my phone number, Vita, can you put your number, and I'm going to put mine. So it's...
I think your number is there. That's 718-550-6116.
Yeah. But that's a text number. So let me give you my my cell phone.
You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat for us. And parents will,
Yes, we highly encourage you guys, get in touch with us so we can set up a one-on-one. If you have specific concerns or questions, like I said, we could look at your 401k. Oh, and another thing, some of you, well, I know you said you're young parents, but if you, anytime you leave a job, you want to make sure you're taking your old 401k. There's about $1.3 trillion in static 401k. These are people who worked somewhere before, and they left one company, they went to another company, but their 401k is still with that old company. Nothing is happening to it. You're not contributing. It's just sitting there doing whatever the market is doing. So if you have an old 401k from a previous job, that's something we also want to show you how to roll it over and protect it from losing while you're still growing. And if you have a 401k with your current job, you definitely, all of you should be reaching out to us so we could try to get you an IUL. Yes, I'm taking questions if you guys are okay with the timing. Matisse.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, it's totally up to everyone. I can also do this. It should be really quick though. I do have a question about the 401k and 403b. When you said that when we put money in and right away it's not taxed until much later, and when it grows. Are we allowed to request for it to be taxed? I think I heard someone, maybe Miss Wilson, saying that hers is being taxed.
Right.
So can we request that?
No. So if you have a traditional 401k or 403b, the way those accounts are set up, if you have a Roth 401k or 403b, if it's Roth, that will be pre-tax. You're going to be paying the tax up front. But most employers don't give you the Roth option. They give you the traditional one, which is automatically the taxes are going to be delayed until you're ready to touch it. And there's a reason why it's set up that way, because again, Uncle Sam wants to make it easy for us to leave the money as it is and let it grow, but it's really going to fatten his pocket and not ours, because yes, we know it's going to grow, but we don't know how much tax we're going to pay. So almost 9 out of 10 companies that are offering 401ks, they're offering you the traditional 401k, the one where it's automatic, where they're not taxing it because they're delaying it. And the companies also get they get a kickback. Governments are making it easy for them to roll it out to us because the government is giving a kickback to corporations. So everybody's lining their pocket and just like leading us to, like, I give the analogy, like, they're fattening the cow, but they're leading us to the slaughterhouse. Like they're making it easy for us to save and grow this money. But then when we're ready to touch it at retirement age, I don't know how much I'm going to give up because I don't know what the taxes are going to be at that time. So most of you guys, if you have a 401k, it's not being taxed. It's taxed later. You're going to pay tax on the back end.
Thank you.
Yep. And now that you know better, you want to pay the tax today because your money is little today, right? The $300, $400, $500 you're putting away. I have clients that are putting $1,000. I have another teacher right now that Vita introduced me to. He's a teacher. He's putting $1,500 away in his 403b. When I showed him this, it was a no-brainer. Not only he decided to change from putting $1,500 in a 403b, we're putting it in an IUL, and he saw how much more value he's going to get by putting not even the whole $1,500 in an IUL. But not only he's doing that for himself, he decided to also come on board and share this with his other faculty members. So some of us, we see the opportunity. We know it's good, and we know everybody needs to know about this stuff, because if we don't teach it, who's going to tell us about it? The banks are not, the credit cards are not, and the government is not. Why? Because if we know it, they're not going to make money, right? We're not going to make money. There's a really good book that talks about this strategy. It's called What Would the Rockefellers Do? And I wish I had wrote this book because I recommend it to like almost every person that I do a Zoom. It talks about these strategies, leveraging cash value life insurance for the tax benefit and the never risk of losing money. Really, really powerful. And we all heard about the Rockefellers, right? So if they've been doing it for years, we know, and they're super wealthy, right? Even though they're dead and gone, their generations is still set. Any other question? Vita, did you put your number? And if not, thank you guys so much for this opportunity. We would love to come back. I know just last month alone, we probably did like 4 schools just doing the same thing. Some we did in person, and 1 or 2 of them we did on Zoom. So maybe in the fall, once the schedule is, I know school is about to be closed. But if there's any teachers, right, any teachers on that you may know of, because school is going to be closed this month, they're going to be off for 2-3 months of summer, right? This is extra income that they could do on the side, again, based on a flexible schedule, because they're going to be working from the comfort of their home and whenever they want to work. So if you have some of you may have your kids have favorite teachers that you know of, please send them our way, so maybe we could invite them to the event next Thursday, or we could do a one-on-one with them and share the info as well. And thank you for allowing us to share.
Thank you so much again. And my partners right here behind me, they just came back from the trip, and Miss McCrae is on. I know they're so exhausted, and definitely would love to do this again. I can't even imagine how much money I probably have lost. So that really blew me. So thank you so much, Perez. Ms. McCrae saying, thank everyone. Miss Vida. Okay, sorry, Miss Vida. So Miss Vida is thanking everyone, and she's, our numbers 646-300-1461. Please reach out. We need this information. We are not taught these things. But thank you for taking the time out. You're calling Ms. Vida already? Oh, wow. Okay, so somebody's already calling. We want to jump on this thing. Parents, please make sure you call just to find out where you are and how you could either do it part-time, or to, somebody who knows somebody, even though you're probably talking about yourself, you just say, I know somebody. That's fine too. just get on the call, reach out to these ladies. And thank you so much, ladies. PTA, SLT, thank you so much. I can't say enough about you guys. You know, parents, you are awesome. Awesome, awesome. So with that said, it's 7:45. I know I live around the corner, but I have to go home. You have a good evening.